Send him, your end is near. In whispers his tale is told, his name it shudders fear. Stay clear, the harvester, if you value living. His enemies are mostly dead, his swing is unforgiving. Behind his soulless eyes reflects your certain fate. Beats within his chest, a heart consumed with hate. Beneath his blade, none survive. His wounds you cannot mend. The legend tells of many slain. It seems to have no end.
Naughty little dirty bird.
All right. Take the Breakfast Club.
You mean the film with Chicago teens in detention? Where every one of them are clean-cut white kids?
Isn't that the movie where the class clown gets his ass kicked for sneaking up on the sexually repressed virgin?
Or was that the deleted scene? And it's not Chicago. Technically, it's the suburbs. And they're not all clean cut.
Yeah, didn't they all toke it up? Even the Sporto?
Yeah, he was played by a Latino.
Who played it whiter than Wonder Bread?
Hey, even Wonder Bread has to self-medicate.
The virgin, too. Wait, who was the virgin?
Not really sure. One was a basket case who claimed to be an nympho, and the other was just good at applying lipstick with her cleavage.
Not a bad skill to have.
Sort of like the cherry stem thing. So I've heard.
You didn't see that in the Breakfast Club?
Hey, grab me a pop while you're at it.
Sure thing.
Fuck me. It's a reflection, dude.
You nuts, bro. Almost made me drop my brew.
Oh. Sharing is for caring.
Don't mention it. Where you off to?
To wake up lightweight McGee.
With your mouth? No doubt.
No doubt.
Chris? That you? Better watch out, because the forecast says golden showers are a possibility.
Okay. How about Star Wars? Leia, Luke, or Han?
Fuck, marry, kill.
Well, seeing as this is a fantasy,
Yeah, we know you're no sex rule.
What if Mr. Right never comes along?
well, there's always B.O.B. What? Virgin doesn't automatically mean prude. Okay. Fuck, marry, kill. I think I'd marry Han and fuck him to death.
Hey, you can't just make up your own rules.
Well, I just did.
Rebel yell, baby.
Yeah.
Well, how about you? Luke, Han, and Leia. Wed, bed, or...
Why does anyone have to die?
Because three's a crowd.
Oh, yeah? Who would you kill?
Probably Han. And this guy, he ruins the couch. This place is a rental.
No cable? No Wi-Fi? Some rental, yeah.
One for me? Thanks. Okay. Now, who am I killing again? Right, Han. Yeah, I definitely shoot first.
And the twins?
A little Skywalker sandwich.
No. Marry the saber. Leia the hair buns. Speaking of wound tight, where is Chris?
Well, I'd say call him, but somebody picked a weekend getaway with no signal.
And he disappears just as the power goes out?
Right out of some B horror film.
And let's flip the script on him. Where's that breaker?
I don't know. Check the garage.
Y'all have fun. I'll hold down the fort.
Sounds like a job for two.
Puff, puff, pass.
No doubt.
Prebo. Shit.
Whoa.
Maybe someone ordered a pizza.
Maybe some cheesy bread. Hey, you're not the pizza guy.
Afraid not.
You know, should have sent the Lit twins back there to do this.
It'd go real well with the 80s theme we've got going on.
Well, they'd be first to die.
Folks don't usually last that long around here. Every summer, they just show, party, and I get stuck cleaning up the mess.
What a drag. I guess the owners forgot to mention, huh?
Must have slipped their mind. But hey, we are here now, and we intend to make an epic mess.
I'm sure you will.
You know, this is a classic trope of the genre. Jester cries wolf. Wolf kills Jester and hides his body somewhere. Nobody takes it seriously until the Jester's dead body pops up sometime in Act 2.
Damn right. And if he keeps this up, it'll be caused by moi personally.
How strong are your convictions?
Pretty solid. Sometimes. Why?
Because you're gonna need an alibi.
No, we're gonna need a bigger boat.
All talk, huh?
The guy was a total buzzkill.
Right? Pack another bowl. I'll grab us some drainage.
I like the way you think.
Dumb kids never listen. It's you.
All right, Chris, come out.
What if it's not Chris?
Not that harvester nonsense again.
I'm serious. They never caught him. It was right around this area, too.
Of course it was.
Well, don't worry. The final girl's always the virgin.
It's like I'm screwed then.
All right, Chris, come out. You got us.
Who the hell are you?
Obviously not Chris.
That time of the month?
No, I'm actually hunting with my dog, that little rascal. He ran off after he came across this grizzly beast.
Grizzly?
Beast?
So you know what happened to Chris?
Your friend's missing?
Well, not really our friend per se, more like...
How long?
An hour, not even.
It's really harsh in our mellow.
Well, you do know your friend's not the only one that's gone missing out here.
Ah, you see, what did I tell you?
Wait, you're serious?
Dead.
I prefer alive, honestly.
Well, if you'd like to stay that way, then you'd be smart to listen up. Okay, this thing, it never had a name. Nobody even knows where it came from.
It? You're saying some creature.
I'm saying that whatever was inside was more elemental. Sure, it was human, but it was more evil inside. Many fell to its blade. There was so much pain, so much evil. So much death, so much pain.
Any survivors?
Living isn't surviving.
Living's good. I like living.
Nut up, you two.
All right, we need to split up.
Whoa, where's the fire? We gotta get out of here.
Oh, God!
And now the stoner.
Enough with the cliches.
This whole thing's a cliche.
Yeah, and how do annoying dweebs usually die?
Sexy threesome?
I guess you're gonna live then.
Show some fucking respect. For all we know, Chris is dead too.
Us too if we stick around here.
I left my keys in the bedroom.
Of course.
Relax. I got this.
Don't you think that's a little gratuitous?
No, it's a cliche.
you do realize the killer is most likely still in this house and can pop up at any time?
Don't worry, because Tits McGee over here would probably just blow the dude and make a run for it.
Actually, I'm more of a biter.
Says the slut with the cross around her neck.
Always have an exit plan.
I get to decide what goes in my body and when, not the man on your cross.
You're not the one doing the fucking, you're the one getting fucked. Fucking slut.
I would like to formally welcome you to my house.
Your house?
It was you. All those people.
Well-marbled meat puppets. Bunch of entitled little punk brats who think that every year they can come to my house and party. A bacchanal with no regard for consequences. Slut, virgin, drop him or I cut him from ear to ear.
Don't do it. He's dead anyway.
Bitch!
We drop these, we're dead too.
You act like you have a choice. Death is inevitable. The obligatory chase scene. My favorite. Cue the music.
Seriously?
What? I saw it in a movie.
Got an exit plan?
Come on out. I just want to play. Come on, ladies. You're taking all the fun out of this. Come on out. Come out wherever you are. Outsmarted by a couple little bitches. Guess I might as well say fuck it and just give up. Go ahead and leave. Before the police get here.
Or a hearse. The bigger they are, the harder they.
Oh.
Fuck.
Yeah. I told you.
Well, fuck yourself.
No. Fucking yes.
Go of her!
I'm not done with you. You know, I killed my wife with these very hands right here.
And now you die. Right here. Oh! Wow. Didn't think you had that in you. Neither did I.
Well, this whole thing turned out better than I expected. Trap was sprung. He took the bait.
Bait? You wanted him to come here?
I wanted my parents to live. We don't always get what we want. We were partying like fools, them and their friends, doing every cliche in the book. Not a virgin among them. No final girl. Hey, now there's two.
Two? But wait, you're the biggest slut I know.
I mess around. I don't go all the way. I just let guys think that.
Wait, if you're... Then I'm...
You're not a virgin, are you?
No, please.
Who was it? The nerd? The jock? You know what? Doesn't even matter. You slut.
Dirty birds never learn. Well, time to clean up.
Well, thank you for watching Cliche, written and directed by Royce Freeman. That was a very nice horror comedy slash serial thriller slash contemporary film that I think checked off all the boxes and was very entertaining. We have a full cast ready to go for you today, but really quick, I wanted to dedicate this show to Kevin Nicholson, who is part of our festival and deeply ingrained in everything we do here in the theater and the podcast. Has the coronavirus and has been hospitalized for a few weeks. So if you are watching this and you know Kevin, go ahead and send him a prayer because he will definitely appreciate it. He's going to pull through. He's a very strong guy, but I wanted to go ahead and give him a nice shout out here. So let me bring on my group. I have first Al Omega, original creature features joining us. How you doing, sir?
Hi there.
Oh, welcome, welcome. Al is guest hosting with us for maybe a few weeks. Definitely appreciate you coming on and spending your Friday nights with us. Very much appreciated.
I'm always happy to be here.
And your show, Creature Features, available on YouTube. You're doing regular shows, and there's also
Every
website.
week.
Was it?
Yeah,
creaturefeatures.com. Is that?
TheCreatureFeatureShow.com.
TheCreatureFeatureShow.com.
And you can find me on Facebook and on YouTube under the original Creature Features.
Excellent, excellent. Let me go ahead and bring in Joe Flynn.
Bring Joe in.
TV.
There.
Hey, Joe. Good to see you, buddy.
Yep.
All right. Well, let's go ahead and bring in the cast. We're going to start with Royce Freeman, writer and director of Cliche. Well, thank you for joining us, Royce.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah. We'll go ahead and introduce the cast. We'll start with Fawn Bailey, the slut. It's like that title.
No, it's
Welcome,
funny.
Fawn.
All the characters had names, but I got rid of the names after I wrote the first draft because the producer was like, "But they're caricatures. Why do they need names?"
Well thought of.
Welcome, Fawn. Thank you for joining us.
Having a name, but it's fine.
Let's go ahead and bring on Layne, who played the Virgin.
Hi.
Thank you for joining us tonight. And we'll go ahead and bring on Mario Scart, who played the nerd. There he is. Welcome, Mario.
Hi, thank you for having me. I played as the nerd.
Yeah, thank you for joining us. We'll bring on Claire Huder, the jock.
Jocko.
Hey.
Hey.
There we go.
Thank you for coming on.
And women can be jocks.
Oh, of
Did a
course.
good job at it. Yes.
And last
you.
but not least, Stuntman Sydd.
Now, of course, I have to ask: are you any relationship to the Toy Story Sydd? Toy Story Sydd. You know.
There may be some animated relation somewhere along the line. I'm not sure.
Yes. Try to say that 3 times fast. Toy Story Sydd. Toy Story.
Ladies and gentlemen, the cast of Cliche. Welcome.
Hey.
So glad to have you all
Thank
here.
you.
Yes, definitely. I'll go ahead and start it out. I enjoyed Cliche. It was obvious from the get-go that this was a take on a number of horror tropes, but I also like the story that was involved. There seemed to be a lot of really pleasant interplay between the characters. The chemistry was very well done. In fact, I think it made for an easygoing watch. That made all the characters come out. They all had their spotlight at some point. And I thought it was very well done, Royce. This was a very good short that I'm wondering, did you have any plans for a festival run for Cliche? Because I definitely could see this making onto the big screen.
When the project, the genesis of it came, Sydd had been in some other stuff, and he came to me after seeing my feature in utero, and he said, "I want to play a killer. I don't care what the movie is. I just want to play a killer, and whatever you want to do, I'll do that." So I wrote a treatment, showed it to him, and we said, "Let's go with that." And I wrote basically The Breakfast Club meets Friday 13th. And we originally were going to try to shoot it before I went to Ireland in September this past year for my wife's birthday, but that didn't work out, so we ended up shooting it after. So we missed the festival that it initially was supposed to be for a festival, where we actually missed that run. But we had a nice premiere in January where everybody got to get dressed up and go to a theater and see it on the big screen.
Oh, nice. That's good.
Cool.
That's good. Now, I had a question also. It's one of the bigger twists. Everyone has seen the film. And talk about a little bit. You can also bring in the actresses. The twist with the slut and the virgin, because the whole time, as an audience member, you almost have all these characters pegged from the get-go, and I think that was the message. That was the purpose of it. Then the twist with the characters, like, wait a minute, I'm not the virgin here.
Well, it's one of those cases where you know something at the end and you write backwards. An irony that I've always wanted to do, and I actually came up with this one thing before I ever came up with the project, was the line of dialogue that somebody would say that they're an outwardly chaste person, which Fawn played. Fawn played somebody who was someone who got around and somebody who had a good time, but she's wearing a cross around her neck. And I thought of a piece of dialogue where somebody would call them out for that and say, but you're a slut and you're wearing a cross around your neck. And then, so I thought that would be an ironic piece of dialogue. So I was like, well, what if I have somebody who is wearing the cross and they're a promiscuous person, supposedly. It turns out they're not really that way at all. But what if the person that actually everybody thinks is a goody girl, actually, this one time at band camp, he actually, and I had some fun. So I was like, as soon as I came up with the fact that the promiscuous girl was really going to be the chaste girl and vice versa, I wrote backwards. And I set up the beginning of the movie where you're establishing Sydd as the killer, and then then everything else that happens after that, you just think he's doing all of it. Right. And really, you don't know. You never see who's doing the killing. So who's to say if he's doing it or if Fawn's doing it? We don't know.
Have you ever dated a Catholic schoolgirl?
Not that I know of. I haven't had the pleasure.
Because trust me, a lot of that dialogue just shoehorns right in there. Trust me.
I was channeling the characters. So it's funny. It's a script that wrote itself. As soon as I knew these were the archetypes and they were trapped, they were alone for the weekend at a house party, and then bad stuff happens. I was like, well, somebody has to go and leave the room. Somebody has to go missing, so quote unquote. And then they have to find that person. And then the power goes out. Then they go check the power, and then X, Y, and Z. So it's ironic the references that Mario makes in the movie. He knows that in Act 2 somebody goes missing and they find the body. Even Sydd goes, "It's my favorite part. Cue the music." So and then Layne puts the chair under the door, and she's like, "What? I've seen it in a movie." So the characters know they don't know they're in a movie, but they're aware of movies. So it's ironic.
Let me go ahead and ask the actors questions. Well, I'd like to know, each of you, what inspired you to be a part of the film, when you were reading the script, what interested you in joining. Eric, what attracted you to the script?
Always wanted to A, kill, and B, be killed, so now I can mark one of those off the list, even though I'd totally do it again. The reading was really fun. Meeting everyone was fun. I even stayed extra long, just to meet the different prospect people in case I got it and I had a feeling. So it was a lot of fun. As soon as we were told the parts that we got, and I know I, as my role, was really excited to be told that there was a twist at the end. I was just ecstatic. So I really loved that part of it, and being able to kind of put it in people's face that they shouldn't judge a book by its cover.
Right. Excellent. I'm sorry, I mentioned Claire in the beginning. Thank you, Fawn, very much. Yeah. No, it's okay. It's quite all right.
It's so hard to hear.
It's okay. Claire, we can go with you. What attracted you to the movie?
Well, I kind of heard that Royce and Sydd were doing kind of a cliche take on the horror genre, and I'm a huge fan of horror, and so I definitely wanted to be a part. And with doing the readings, I loved the twist. I was shooting a little maybe for slut or virgin, but Jock is just me. it honestly, it just felt me too. So it was just real a real attractive script, a real fun script. I saw an opportunity to kind of really go with it and
Right.
have a lot of fun being in my first kind of slasher horror film.
Nice. Mario, you're next.
Oh,
What attracted you to the Cliche?
Well, normally I would do like action movies, action comedies, and stuff like that. And so I think Royce got in touch with me about the role, or I got in touch with him. I don't exactly remember. And I know they were holding auditions, and I sent a video, sort of urkled up my voice, and I think from there, and then it just took off from there. Like everyone else here, I'm a fan of horror movies. I do like the cliche slashers and everything like that. And so it was awesome getting an opportunity to do this role.
Sunman, wanted to ask you a question. Were there any accidents that happened on set? Was it pretty much like easy in and out?
Other than just me personally with my hair, I don't think we had any main issues. We had a few surprises on set. You know, any good director wants to, you know, you get the cameo. And we were in there and Royce was like, I want you to drown me. I said, okay, I can do it. He said, I want you to hold my head down in the toilet.
What?
I said, no, I'm not holding you. I'll do it in a koi pond. I will hold your head in a koi pond. I'm not holding your head in a toilet.
That's right. That's Mario's job to get his head in the toilet. He's the nerd. He gets to swirl it.
And it was just, he's like, all right, now this is what we're going to do. And I had to hold his head down. And they're like, oh, that was perfect. You know, in any film, if you hear a director and would say that was perfect, expect a let's do it again. So we probably did 4, maybe 5 takes of me holding his head in a koi pond. He's like, oh, I didn't like that when I choked, or I lifted my head too quick or something. I'm just, man, I'm scared I'm really going to drown this dude, you know, having this head down. And then I think at the final fight scene, I was a bit concerned because Fawn was supposed to knee me in the under region. And Mario and I both have stunt experience in training people doing stunt work. And I know in the past, if someone's going to knee me or kick me in that area, you know, I get them to knee me like in the inner thigh. And I was so scared that I was going to piss her off at some point during film that she was going to just knee me. And that was going to be the end of me for the entire film. But other than that, I mean, it was a lot of fun. No accidents, thankfully.
Good.
It's a good thing.
So, Royce, tell me, what inspired you to do the Cliche in the first place?
I always wanted to do an out-and-out slasher movie, and my first movie was Rapture, which was a psychological thriller with spiritual tones. The second movie I did was In Utero, which was a grindhouse exploitation 70s kind of hostage movie. But both of those still were stylized, but they weren't 80s pulp. And I just wanted something that was a fun romp. And, you know, I couldn't do it as a feature because, you know, it never occurred to me to do that. But when Sydd came to me and said, I want to play a killer, I don't care what we do, it just inspired me to say, oh, hell, let's find something we can do in a weekend. And then I just came up with the idea of Cliche. And this is something that only film fans might notice, or someone who just studies the movie.
Mm-hmm.
If it's a short film scenes usually run a minute or less. That way you just have a lot of scenes, you're keeping it moving.
Right.
All the way up until Sydd says cue the music. I literally wrote the short film, as a feature. The first scene is like 2 minutes. The second scene is this. The third, all the big group scenes with the kids, they're all scenes that they're leisurely and they take their time. It's not something you normally see in a short film. In fact, most short films aren't 22 minutes either.
No, it goes pretty long.
It's a 22-minute feature movie, really. I mean,
Right.
so everything up until, all right, Mario's dead, cue the music. It's a feature movie, and I just speed up the third act. I mean, so it's a film, but it's only 22 minutes. So that's what really inspired me to do it, is I wanted to do a pulpy 80s horror film, you know, and just send everything up like a satire.
Fantastic. I have a quick question, which I really enjoyed the very beginning with the intro of the voiceover telling the story about the so-called serial killer. Excuse me. Who did that?
There's an actor in like West Palm Beach area. His name is Bob Glazier, and he actually was in the first movie I wrote that got made, Dark Woods, and he played this guy Mad Max, and it was really a homage to Friday the 13th and those kind of movies. And you know, he's worked with on some things over the years that I've helped do, and he's a great actor. And I literally told him I want it to be kind of like a Bob Houseman Opening of the Fog, where you're telling this, you know, it's 5 minutes to midnight, one last story to tell. Really creepy story. Yeah, and then also like the movie Pumpkinhead has a beware of Pumpkinhead if you value living. You know, some kind of a little limerick that's a nursery rhyme to warn people about these bad woods and the killer in it. You know, so you know, I told him that's the idea, and he just did it in spades.
And he did a fantastic job on that. And of course, I want to commend all the actors, and even you, Sydd, there, for playing the psychopath. And of course, Fawn, who tricked everybody. Oh, Fawn, you naughty, naughty person.
Always.
I was actually rooting for both of you.
Yes.
Well, you know, it has to be said that in social circles, the character that Fawn was playing, the way she was playing it, as I perceived it, there can be a very hard edge to that person. Oftentimes, they are driven to the way they are by some particular experience. Same thing for Layne's character. They can also be driven very much. And it's very much to take those two hard edges and rub them against each other the way that Royce did. And I thought that the slut definitely had the potential to be a killer early on. I thought she'd be the good killer, but it turned around and was very different. So I wanted to ask you, Royce, just because I do actually work in film myself, I always have to ask, what were you using for equipment? That's always my question.
Oh, that's my question.
Oh, fine.
Oh, no, that's fine.
Our DP, our main DP, Brian Feist, I'd worked with him before, and we were shooting on two Sony A7s. One was an A7, one was an A7 II, and one was an A7 III. The A7 III, we shot it in 4K. That way, we were able to add additional zooms and crop, and you know, just have more manipulation with the footage. And then, you know, we used a gimbal for a lot of it. A lot of soft boxes for light, you know, to simulate the moonlight. We had some gimbals, you know, and just all the fun toys to be able to do our steady cam.
If Joe's not going to ask, and I know he's thinking about it, we don't have the older gentleman in here. How did he sort of come into that? Well,
I literally wanted to make everything in the thing a Rube Goldberg kind of a domino effect, and it all so okay. The beginning of the movie, everything in it is a cliche. So the opening narration is like the Texas Chainsaw Massacre. So I wrote that. Then the scene where Sydd is doing his thing in the workshop is actually the beginning of Chainsaw 3, where Leatherface is making his mask, but he's making a note. Once that's done, and then it cuts to the point of view creeping around and looking at Fawn, you're meant to think that it's Sydd until you reveal it's not. And then when he says naughty little dirty birds, and then we fade away, and we fade in on some point of view creeping in behind Layne, we're also meant to think, okay, it must be the old man, because now we're setting up expectations and we're, subverting them. And then, so every little thing is meant to surprise the audience and to trick them. So when there's a knock at the door and they think it's the pizza guy, well, we don't know what to think, but then it's the old man. And the old man is there to be the crazy Ralph from Friday the 13th, or any, kooky old guy in the movie saying, "You're doomed. You're all doomed."
Okay, that's great. Mario, we haven't chatted with you very much, but I want to thank you for playing a black geek. I went to school in the 70s, back when D&D was out there, and I went to school with probably the only black geek within 50 miles. And I'm sure Rodney is out there somewhere, and he's happy to see his legacy lives on, that there can be a black geek out there. So, and of course, you were the one that saw through everything. It was wonderful.
Yeah, sort of like a blend of Randy from Scream and Steve Urkel.
Yeah.
Yeah. I can see that. Hi, I'm your neighborhood Steve Urkel, but I have knowledge. I should have booked it before everything started going south.
Yeah.
Someone want to give me a ride? No. Yeah, no, I do have a question for Claire, who I totally enjoyed as our super jock. I love the baseball bat attitude.
Thank you.
Very empowering for women.
My moment was, how surprised were you when you ended up getting killed off? That was kind of like intense, nice little goodbye, head. We'll see you tomorrow.
Yeah, it was quite the shocker, because the jock, she was kind of leading the way the whole time. She was keeping everyone in line, or trying to. She was being the one kind of messing with everybody, starting everything off. I'm going to be the one to go check everything out. Don't worry, I've got this. And then all of a sudden, because I'm leading the way, and because I'm being, that headstrong jock, it gets me killed. And I'm like, wait, what? It just completely blindsided me, both as the jock and as, an actress. I was like, darn, I thought I'd, hopefully keep them together a little while longer before hell broke loose.
Well, see, that goes in even better with the basic cliche is in most of the horror films like that, the one that's the tough jock, headstrong, they're going to die. They're not going to make it.
No.
Just like the one that always knows what's going on, no one ever listens to them.
No. So.
The leader has to go first. That just cements that the situation is serious.
At least that lasted a little
over their heads.
Yes. I think she would have been the most formidable one out of everybody, if she had survived up until the very end.
Oh, yeah. They could not take me one-on-one. They had to get me with a trap.
That was the whole point. We knew we couldn't do it.
Whole point. Oh, darn. Fawn.
And of course, Layne here being our virgin, and I just have to say, whenever I talk to people, there's always that discussion for Gilligan's Island, Ginger or Mary Ann. No one ever says Ginger. It's always Mary Ann. When I ask people about Scooby-Doo, it's always Velma. And Layne, you are our Velma in this, in a lot of ways. I think a lot of people. I could have seen a different reveal for you not being as pure. You could have been at the end. You could have been wrestling and your shirt comes up and you're wearing lacy lingerie stuff. But you could have gone that way too.
Well, I don't know.
Are you listening, Royce?
I don't know if you guys noticed it, but we tried telling you throughout the film, if you paid attention to body language, we tried telling you throughout the entire film.
Bring your own body. Bring your BYOB, right?
Yeah, there was certain things like that line in particular where I was giving hints, but there was also the scene in the kitchen where he's holding Mario. He's holding Mario up with the knife to his neck, and he says, "Put him down, slut." And he doesn't know. It looks like virgin, which I thought was great. And I was trying to play into it a little bit, where it was like, who did they mess with? Who did the virgin mess around with? But I wanted to make sure it was implied too that the virgin had a thing for the jock.
We did play with each other a little throughout that that short film.
Oh, you know, at the end they got a new Scooby-Doo coming out, and Velma will be being played as a lesbian.
Yeah, and as someone who identifies with my sexuality and my gender identity, I was like, well, I'm gonna make this happen for Virgin too. We're gonna make this happen. We're gonna give the gays what they want.
Well, we'll be looking forward to seeing that in your next movie.
All right. Well, maybe she'll survive in the next film. Who knows?
Well, they've done it before.
But
she almost.
Surprisingly, this was my very first movie, so I'm very excited with how it
Really?
came out.
Oh, you did well.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
See, if they would just learn to keep their mouth shut, she would have survived.
Oh, we could say that about so many things.
True.
Okay, Stuntman Sydd's breaking up there.
We chased Joe away. Oh, come back.
The virgin shouldn't slut shame people, and that's what she was doing throughout the whole movie. And
well, really quick, I want to go ahead and brought his friend.
Yes, Joe's got ahead.
Really quick, I want to get you guys' opinion. I love asking this with our guests. Give me, let's say, because we have a lot of guests here and we're under time constraints, give me your top 2 horror, suspense, or thriller movies. We'll start with you, Claire.
Oh gosh, you're gonna put me on the spot. I watched so many movies. Okay, one will definitely be. Oh, where?
There you are.
There we are. Sorry. One would definitely be Seven. It's a classic. I can't.
7. Nobody ever says 7.
I love that one. I don't really consider it too much horror as much as suspense. But that one always gets me.
That movie was legitimately scary, though.
Yeah. It did. Parts really did get me. But oh god, another one. Horror suspense. I see so many. My mind's blanking. Can you come back to me for one?
Absolutely. Layne, what do you got for us?
oh my god, there's like a few I can name right now because
Me too.
I really.
The best ones you're taking with you to your grave.
I really love the current ones like Midsummer and Hereditary. I love those types of movies. But there's this movie that Robin Williams was in called 1 Hour Photo that was a psychological thriller where he played
Wow, what choices. You guys are awesome.
1 Hour Photo?
This is an amazing cast. You guys are naming off the good ones and nobody else does that.
Robin Williams played a stalker so well. And the performance, and there was a twist at the end too, and I love the cinematography. 1 Hour Photo, I always recommend it to everyone who doesn't know Robin Williams in that kind of way. It's my favorite movie of all time.
And it's not marketed in any way. It's like a horror sort of.
Yeah, you kind of have to search that.
Mario, what do you got for us? Top 2.
I guess I would say the number 2. I'm probably going to get a lot of slack for saying this, but the number 23.
That's a good one. I love that. Definitely a psychological.
And then number 1, I have to go back to the classic slasher. I would have to say A Nightmare on Elm Street 3, The Dream Warriors.
Oh, that's my favorite one.
Wow.
Great choice.
Cass's verse, Price. Other stuff.
Yeah, definitely one of my favorites. I think the reason that it won me over was one of my favorite characters, Kincaid.
Yeah. I think the third one was one of the more memorable installments in the entire series. I totally agree with you on that one. All right, what you got for Stuntman? Top 2 horror movies.
Mine is actually more of the reason I like it is probably not the reason you would normally hear. When I was a kid, which is the story told amongst the world that everybody knows about everybody, I had I had the typical drunk, abusive police father, and Jason Voorhees was my babysitter as a kid. He was, as a young kid, when I'd go to bed at night, my imagination would be that Jason Voorhees stood at my door and protected me at night. So any of the Friday the 13th movies would definitely be top for me. But there was a film in 2008 called The Alphabet Killer. And I believe there was another one I saw years and years ago when I was younger. It was similar. It was called The Alphabet Killer or something. And it had Jim Carrey in it. Very, very short scene
Alphabet
with
Killer
Jim
was
Carrey.
really good. I thought it was underrated. It flew under a lot of people's attentions. But yeah, definitely one of Jim Carrey's. I think it was one of his very early dramatic roles, right?
Mm-hmm.
It was it was a change when everyone knew him as the wacky, zany comedian, right? And then he did this movie, and people were like, huh? Jim Carrey? They didn't understand it, but I thought it really showed his range.
You had to look at him like, is that really him? That is him. Okay.
Dude, Gino, it's not me, really. I swear. That Jason approves of your answer, Sydd. He's very appreciative. Jason's a good little buddy of mine. So
I think Joe has a lot of voices in his head.
I just remember that when I saw Royce's film In Utero, I contacted him. I said, we need to meet for lunch. We need to talk. And we did. And I said, I want you to I love your ideas. You don't care about offending people. I love it. I want you to do a horror film, and I want to be a killer. And so we pretty much discussed everything during lunch. And I said, it would be great because anyone that watches films, you've got those people that can predict a film within 5 minutes into the film.
Right.
And I told Royce, I said, I want to do a film that keeps the audience guessing throughout the entire film. Like, well, this is the killer. No, wait, maybe this is the, okay, so that's definitely okay, no, maybe. I want to keep them guessing up to the very end. And he blew my mind. He sent me the script. He said, this is the script. What do you think? And I was just like, why can't it be longer? Why can't we do more? I mean, it was phenomenal. It just blew my mind.
They're all the killers. That's all I have to say. They're all the killers. Each and every one of them. Sorry, Mario.
What do you got for us? Top 2 horror movies.
Oh, me? I'm innocent, I tell you. I didn't kill any of them. It was those darn Snoopy kids.
Yes.
And Scooby-Doo.
And what do you got for us?
Fawn? Me this time?
Yes.
Okay. I didn't want to get it wrong last time.
Okay. You are Fawn.
That's
what we all say about it. She's Fawn.
Fun, fine. I get it all. It's just Fawn, Fawn, like a baby deer. I'm actually really indecisive, and I grew up watching shows like Tales from the Crypt and things. I can't really pick like that. Okay, I would say anything with Freddy Krueger really scared me the most as a kid, so that wouldn't be my favorite, but it definitely got to me and always stuck with me. I think Halloween was probably my favorite when I was a kid, just because it was around Halloween, which is my favorite holiday, and autumn is my favorite time of year. October is my favorite month, all of that. But I really like things that are based on true stories or a novel. So I'm going to say Bone Collector as one, because that was, that's just one that always stuck with me and even affected my mom. She would not watch the movie, so I read her the book. And yeah, that's...
mean.
Are you guys officially...
Great movie. It was a great film. Great film.
Royce, last but not least, I didn't miss anybody, right? Okay, Royce, last but not least.
I
Claire,
would say...
you got one more, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Go, Royce.
No, okay. Silence of the Lambs. It's got a strong female character.
Yes.
And I'm always an advocate for that because, growing up in the 80s, it was the final girl. So I appreciated that. And even though I love slasher movies and those are my go-to things, I would say the original Alien with Sigourney Weaver.
Ooh, yeah. That's so good. Really good one.
Yeah. I mean, there's others too, but I mean, you could go on and on. I mean, Jaws is great, and Psycho, and Halloween, and Friday the 13th. But a strong female character. I mean, people want to see somebody triumph, and they always. It's a classic thing to set someone up as the wallflower, and then they shed their that whole thing about their character, and then they stand up straight and they vanquish and they kill the dragon. So it's a classic part of the storytelling to have that the shy person become confident and strong, and I think that's very identifiable.
Claire.
Alrighty.
Here to lose, yes.
It's so difficult to narrow down, but another big favorite of mine, also because of an actress who's in it, Karen Gillan, is Oculus. Because I'm a huge fan of when a horror movie
Karen Gillan was even
not
in
happy. Huh?
Karen Gillan, yeah.
Oh yeah,
Avengers.
she was so good in it, yeah. And well, I love how like when a movie ends and you're not happy, or like you didn't, the good guys didn't win, everyone's upset, bad stuff happened. It doesn't always end pretty. And when you're kind of questioning reality, questioning your sanity, it's quite a ride. And that one, it had the jump scares, it had just me questioning everything, and it was one of those movies that I love when it takes me to the end and I literally go, no. Oh. So Oculus, yeah.
Oh yes, good movie.
It is a good movie.
Yes.
Of course, love Karen from Doctor Who too.
Mm-hmm. First I saw her.
So, it's good. And yeah, that is one of those movies that the people who went and saw it were thinking, oh, okay, yeah, I'll have a happy ending. Oh no, we're sorry.
Mm-hmm.
We just like to disappoint you at times. Scare them all.
All right, so I want to know where everyone can find your works. And Claire, we'll go ahead and start with you. Where can our viewers follow you?
All right. Well, on Facebook right now, I have my acting page up and running, Claire Huder Actress. And on Instagram, I have some of some trailers, some short films on my IGTV. Instagram is at CinderRedhead. So like Cinderella, but Cinder Redhead. And then IMDb Claire Huder.
Excellent. Awesome. Where can we find you?
Wait, were you talking to me?
Fun.
Oh, me
yes.
again?
Yes.
You again.
Here when it's me. I'm sorry. Okay.
Got a poker.
I guess on Instagram, it's Poisoned Ivory, but it's spelled POYZEND.Ivory. I have a page on Facebook as well, I guess you could look up. It's called My Modeling Material, because that's actually how I got into acting, was through modeling, and that's how I started the page. I can't really rename it. I tried. I'm not really like tech savvy, but I am also on IMDb.
Excellent. And Layne, where can we find you?
You can find me on Facebook, Layne Gerganous, Gerganous. I don't have any of those pages yet because I'm very new. Like I said, this is my very first thing I'm in. My Instagram is Layne is not on fire. No spaces, just Layne is not on fire.
Layne is not on fire?
Yes. Should probably change that.
I like it. Yeah, are you on fire?
No.
Layne is on fire. Layne's gonna be on fire.
Maybe in my next movie. You could follow me there. I have it on private right now, but I can make it on private. You can also see me coming up soon in an HBO series as an extra. So that's about it right now.
Awesome. I'm waiting for HBO to call me. They haven't.
I just sent an email and they.
Mario, where can we find you?
You can find me on IMDb, Mario Scott. And you can also find me on Facebook at Madhouse Studios, spelled Madhaus Studios. Not only will you find majority of the film work I created there, but also do photography and artwork.
Nice.
The poster for Cliche I actually drew up.
Excellent. Stuntman Sydd, you're up. Where can we find you?
Stuntman Sydd.
I love that.
Well, my address is. Oh no, I'm not.
For your time call.
309.
Yeah,
The old house at the end of the road. That's
In your local neighborhood bathroom stall. No, I'm Sydd Thompson on Facebook. You can go on YouTube. It's SYDD Thompson. Pretty much I use it on everything. IMDb. IMDb it is Sydney. Don't tell anybody. It's SID anyway. On Facebook, YouTube, and also with I do my acting and stuff like that. But I also work with a foundation called Change the Face of Depression.
Nice.
As a motivational speaker, public speaker, I talk about suicide awareness and anti-bullying and stuff like that.
Wow.
So I mean, you could find me on Change the Face of Depression website, which is changethefaceofdepression.com, or like I said, Facebook, YouTube, and there's a lot of films in works right now. Once this COVID crap is, whenever it decides, I think we all have scripts and stuff ready to go. It's just we're just waiting.
I just want to not have COVID anymore because I have it right now. I don't want it.
Yeah.
So.
I would say everyone stay safe, stay healthy, stay patient. The coronavirus is very, very real, and it will take down even the most strongest. We're getting in there little by little, and things will be reopening up soon. And we just all want to come out the other end, like we started. I didn't forget about you.
Kind of, right?
Yeah. Where can we find you guys?
Oh, yes.
Where can our listeners find you?
On Facebook, I have a film profile. You just look up Freeman Films.
Mm-hmm.
It's the look up, it's the facebooks.com/filmmaker Royce Freeman. That's the page. It has all my trailers and videos and stuff, and all the information about stuff that I'm working on. I wanted to say that every one of these cast members stepped up, and they decided to spend a weekend, and actually an extra day, but basically a weekend in last year, and decided to come out and play. And I'm forever grateful to them because they took my cliche on a page and they breathed life into these characters that were never really supposed to be real, but they were real because they made them real. And I love every one of them, and I'm forever grateful for their generosity and believing in the project.
Thank you, Royce. Thank you for writing this awesome short film.
And thank you to all of you guys for challenging me and actually saying what would be real, and actually, giving a little bit of pushback, because, as a filmmaker, I'm difficult and have a vision, but every one of you were playing real people, so you guys challenged me, and I thank you.
And thank you, Fawn, for not killing me.
Not
Royce,
in real life, at least.
Royce, I hope that one day your dream comes true of having your head dipped in a toilet.
Next movie.
Dun, dun, dun. Stay tuned. Remember, save yourself to
Your Oscar winner right there.
It'll be called, the name of it will be Pink Eye.
That can be like the end of all of his movies. He's just a toilet flushing.
Oh, that's really good. Yeah. Oh no.
That's our time, guys.
From Swirly Productions.
That's our time, guys. I wanted to thank everybody for joining us. Once again, Fawn Bailey, Layne, Gerganous, Huder, Stuntman Sydd, Mario Scott. Did I miss anybody? I don't think I did. And Royce Freeman, writer and director of Cliche. That was an excellent short. Thank you guys once again for taking the time and coming on our show. And
thank you for having us.
Yeah, most welcome. And it was a pleasure. Thank you guys.
Thank you.
Be safe out there, everyone.